22.8. What's the humidity?
65%.
Right. Will you get the rest packed up now, Tom?
Yes.
I'll show him this one.
Righto.
Miss Gray?
Over there.
About the cargo for Sierra Leone.
Will you be traveling in the aircraft with it?
Oh, yes.
Have you ever handled live insects before?
Well, not in captivity, no.
I'll explain what you have to do. These are the insects.
Ugh.
First, you must maintain the temperature in the aircraft at 20 degrees centigrade. That's 68 Fahrenheit. Clear?
Yes.
To each container, you'll give exactly 50 cubic centimeters of this glucose solution every 3 hours. But if you forget to feed them, they start eating each other, and that wastes them.
Horrible, isn't it, really? Brothers eating each other?
Right.
They're not brothers, they're insects.
The director wants to see you.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Gray.
Sit down, Miss Gray. Mr. Hedgley is from the Secretariat of the Imperial General Staff. They want our help on rather a peculiar matter.
Yes, if I may.
Yes, do.
Miss Gray, this is the position. A week or two ago, we received rather a curious piece of intelligence from one of our Eastern European legations. The story was that the government biological warfare station there had completed an important piece of work. They'd found a method of using disease germs as a weapon of war. Anyway, we thought it advisable to find out a little more about it. And amongst other things, we discovered the existence of an installation for the mass breeding of insects.
What are they breeding?
Believed to be a pediculus humanus corporis.
But I shouldn't have thought pediculus.
The man in charge of the project is Casson.
Joseph Casson?
Yes.
Mr. Hedgley, who identified these insects as pediculus? I mean, was he a trained entomologist?
No, he wasn't.
Then you've probably got a wrong identification.
You think that the only way of finding out anything satisfactory is to send a trained entomologist?
Well, I should have thought that was obvious.
It is obvious, Miss Gray. And that's why I'm here. Will you go for us?
Me?
I should think the whole thing would only take a couple of weeks.
I'm afraid it's a little difficult for me. I'm going on my holidays tomorrow. But I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding somebody suitable who is able to go. Is there anything else, Mr. Rawlings?
No, nothing else, Miss Gray. That was all. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I wonder, Mr. Rawlings, if you were to see her privately.
If you mean, will I ask her to go, the answer is no. This is a political matter, not a scientific one. It's up to her. Or you.
Ah, Miss Gray, just off.
Yes,
I wonder if I might take a lift to the station.
of course. Get in.
Thank you.
I expect you'd like to go to the junction. The train's...
Miss Gray,
Yes?
you know, the decision you made this afternoon disappointed me, but it didn't altogether surprise me. Available than I mentioned. For instance,
The time is 6:30. This is the light program.
you see...
Frank Conway, secret agent.
Do you mind if I turn this off?
No, please. I want to listen to it.
I see.
Conway and Rusty are trapped on the roof of the burning powerhouse. The planes are gaining on Conway and Rusty.
Look out, Rusty! The roof! That was close. We can't go that way now.
We're cut off, Chief.
Not quite. We've just one chance. The chimney.
We'll never make it.
We mustn't fail. Everything depends on us.
Do you like this kind of thing?
I'm listening for a child.
Oh, I see.
Grab that hoist cable, Rusty.
Okay, Chief.
I'm going to let through the chimney stanchion.
It's 50 feet away.
Anything's possible. I'll do it. Stand clear, Rusty.
You've reached short, Chief, and the cable's getting too hot.
Hang on, Rusty. I can try once more. Hang on for your life.
It's caught.
Quick now, Rusty. Catch hold of my arm. We're going to swing across. Quick, Rusty. The roof's going. Now! We've got to get to the factory. Police car down there will make for that.
Quite exciting.
No time for explanations now, Johnson. The factory, quick!
Sorry to inflict that upon you, Mr. Hedgley.
No, not at all.
It's my small nephew. He promises faithfully to do his homework if I tell him what happened to Frank Conway after supper.
I see.
You were going to give me some facts.
Well, I mustn't keep you now. But I'd like, if I may, to ask you one thing, Miss Gray.
Yes?
Naturally, we shall do our best to get someone competent to check up on these rumors. Of course, the whole thing could be highly dangerous to the person who went. Though in your case, much less so. However, here's my telephone number. If you happen to think of anyone suitable, I do wish you'd let me know. It may not interest you technically, but for a large section of humanity, it could be a matter of life and death. Well, goodbye, Miss Gray. I do hope you have good weather for your holiday.
Thank you.
Well, you never know. You might meet some really nice man when you're away. You might, even in Torquay.
Not a chance. After Christopher, I give up.
Not every man turns out to be afraid of insects.
The ones I meet do.
Auntie Frances?
No, not now, Alan, darling. Auntie Frances is busy packing.
Oh, it's all right. I've nearly finished. Come in, Alan.
Does he get off the burning power station all right?
Well, he has a pretty difficult time.
Yes, you said he would have.
I don't know what we're going to do without the Conway expert.
The flames were licking round him.
Yes. Well, they tried to go one way, but it was no good, because just at that moment the roof collapses with a terrific crash and a roar.
The roof of the power station?
Part of it.
But that'd be fed of concrete. Why does it fall in?
The heat from the burning fuel oil below melts the steel reinforcements.
Ooh, what do they do?
Well, they're cut off. Then Conway sees they've got just one chance of escape. He grabs a steel right, he tells Rusty to open the release valves, but it's too late.
Why?
The pressure. Krask has been cunning. The gas is already coming in. Conway and Rusty are trapped again.
He'll get out of it all right.
Oh, I expect so.
Frank Conway can do anything, can't he?
Well...
Oh, I don't think he's real. Only kids think that. But he might be real.
I don't think so.
Why not? I mean, you're just as clever, aren't you? You always know what he's going to do.
That's not quite the same thing.
Why not?
It's time you were in bed.
All right. Good night, Auntie Frances. Thank you very much.
Good night, Alan.
It may not interest you technically, but for a large section of humanity, it could be a matter of life and death.
So Professor Robinson went. He's well known, but someone had to take the risk. Last we heard, he'd been arrested. His wife's sick with worry, of course. Did you enjoy yourself at Torquay, Miss Gray?
Hello? I want to speak to Mr. Hedgley, please.
From Trieste, you will go on to Novgorod. No sleepers on that line, I'm afraid. It will be uncomfortable.
I see.
You will be traveling as a European representative of an American travel agency. You'll be planning tours. That will give you a reason for moving about the country. Do you know anything about travel agencies?
No.
Well, this will give you enough information to get by with, including the name of the people you're working for. You'll be met at the station by our man.
How shall I know him?
Oh, he'll know you.
But what's his name?
He'll tell you. If you want to make sure of him, ask for his passport. He'll give you particulars of a sightseeing tour around the city.
And no passport?
No. But here's one for you. We'll keep yours for the moment. You'll find that has all the visas you'll need. I thought that might amuse you.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Time to go now, Miss Conway.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I won't come out with you. Better not. Well, goodbye, Miss Conway. Good luck, and thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Hedgley.
Miguel. Rica Commandant. Come, Miguel.
I'm English.
English. Doan passport.
Oh.
Get here. Police Pukulum. Police no. Da, verban.
Thank you.
Pare.
Volomi?
Burada bir vektör verdi. Vektör.
Kommandant.
Hey, Miktak Vokta passport.
I beg your pardon?
If you will permit me, madam, the officer wishes to see you again with your passport.
Oh.
Another formality.
Thank you.
Bartum Kayostelgia.
I'm sorry.
Will Katamir Najesk.
It's no good. Je ne comprends pas.
Pardon, Stravamana.
Oh, thank you.
All is well, madam.
There was some mistake. I don't know.
They are so stupid. And the train is late. Smoke, please.
No, thanks.
You are staying in Novgorod, madam.
Yes. But I shall be traveling about the country a good deal, I expect.
To witness the anniversary celebrations.
I'm here to investigate the possibilities for tourists.
Tourists? Our country is so beautiful. Some districts, of course, are not so good as others, not so picturesque.
I've heard the Pariser province is particularly beautiful.
Pine trees, madame. Nothing but pine trees. You will find nothing beautiful in Varitza.
It's quite near Novgorod, isn't it?
It is much better further north.
Oh, well, I expect I shall see everything.
Of course. If you are in need of any assistance, I and my department will always be quick to help.
Your department?
My name is Anton Radzinsky. I am the chief of police.
Oh.
You must permit me to get you a photo.
No, thank you. I can manage.
But I must insist. In Novgorod, the portraits are very rare. Read. Dagra. Police, Volichayuk.
Hey, Commandant.
Thank you very much.
Nothing, madame. Where do you wish to go?
Oh, it's all right. I have somebody meeting me.
In that case, I will bid you good night, madame. You wish the service of this man?
No, thank you. I can manage now.
What the valice da? Yamala!
Well, good night.
I wish you an agreeable stay, madame. Good night.
Hotel Lux, Betan. Grande Persetta, Grand Hotel Ritz. Hotel Lux.
Pepe!
Mama!
Smetan. Grand Hotel Lux, Smetan. Grand Hotel Lux, Ritz. Grande Persetta. Oh, Grande Persetta, Hotel Ritz.
Oh, all right. Yes. Ege.
Ah, Grande Persetta. Hotel Lux, Nevada.
Is it all right, madam? Is it very good?
How much?
900.
Is all right.
Thank you, madam. Anything you wish, you ring.
Thank you.
Tusa, valisa pe.
Oh, that's it. Oh. I thought I'd never get you out of that station, Miss Conway.
May I see your passport, please?
The bus will leave the Cathedral Place at 2:30 and go via the Kudbeka National Museum of Culture to...
I just wanted to be sure.
Quite right, too. Smoke?
No, thank you. I was getting worried. Why didn't you say who you were before?
Too many secret police about. By the way, how did you come to pick up the chief of police?
I didn't. We just happened to be in the same compartment.
Oh. Now, to business, eh? Two things. First, you've got to have a look at this laboratory. Second, you've got to have specimens of those bugs to examine, right?
Yes, I suppose so.
What equipment do you need?
Oh, none. I brought everything I need with me.
Did they see that at the frontier?
No, I hid it.
Now, look, Miss Conway, if you don't want me to get shot, don't do things like that. There's a good girl. You sure nobody saw it?
Quite sure.
Well, all right. Now, how many of these bugs do you want?
Oh, a dozen or so, male and female.
Do they have sexes?
Well, yes.
Yes, I suppose they'd have to. All right. Now, for lunch tomorrow, you'll go to the Mimosa Cafe, next door to this hotel, and have a bite to eat. At 2 o'clock, go to the Archangel Nikolai Gate, which is over behind the big mosque, and wait for me. I'll pick you up with a car, and we'll drive out to Pritza. Got it?
Yes.
Now, Cafe Mimosa, then Nikolai Gate. Okay?
Okay.
Good night, Miss Conway.
Good night, Mr.
Oh, just call me Alf. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Casey. And the drink?
No, thanks, Joe. I think I'll get something to eat.
Daj nada. Proszę, no.
English, miss.
Yeah, she got in last night. She stopped me at the Ritz. Know anything else, Joe?
Name is Francis Conway. That is all.
Kosznie was spedok vermitsa bleda.
Oh, dear.
Need any help?
Yes, I'd like to order something to eat. Do you speak the language?
Hungry?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Majira voje z Petranzovo Prinzi, v špetek is out. Thirsty?
Well...
Slivka nas vida prosha.
No.
I ordered the dish of the country and the wine of the country. You better try them.
Thank you very much.
The name's Bill Casey. You mind if I join you?
No.
I'm the American press service man here.
Oh, yes.
You know, like Reuters.
Yes, I understand.
Saw you get in last night. I was in the hotel lobby. The name's Conway, isn't it? Francis Conway.
Yes.
Do you mind if I eat with you?
No, not a bit. Would you like to order?
Just did. You see, you very seldom see a strange face around here, Miss Conway. When you do, the ordinary social customs collapse. Nothing much happens here. And when it does happen, the censorship is so strict you can't report it anyway. Subgarutta is a city reserved for reporters who get in bad with their editors.
Why, what did you do?
Made a mistake. Oh, not really a mistake, but for political reasons it had to be called that.
I'm so sorry.
Yes. Slivka. Some people say it reminds them vaguely of a dry martini. Well, cheers.
Ooh.
Yes, it's an acquired taste.
What about the food?
Esperanza Prinzi? Irish stew. Got a date?
2 o'clock.
With him?
No.
Good girl. Wine?
Well, how was it?
Very good.
Cigarette?
No, thank you.
Now, let's get down to business. Would you mind telling me what you're here for?
I'm here to investigate the possibilities for tourists.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
It's not true yet. What kind of tourists?
Just tourists.
Lunatics?
I beg your pardon?
You're not thinking of sending sane people on tour here, are you?
Ah, Mr. Casey, you mustn't judge the place by your own private feelings about it.
Shall we be serious for a moment, Miss Gray?
Why?
Then you admit your name is Miss Gray.
My name's Frances Conway. I didn't correct you. I thought you might be confusing me with somebody else.
It's good. Very good, kid. Only it won't do. You see, I recognized you last night.
Did you?
Yeah, about a year ago, Life or Look, I forget which, ran a piece about biological pest control. There was a piece about you in it, playing nursemaid to a bunch of alfalfa weevils. Very good picture, too. I forget the caption. What did it say? Oh, yes. Miss Gray, a bug a day.
Funny tricks memory sometimes plays.
So I looked you up. Gray, Frances, Miss Entomologist. Frances, funny coincidence. Thesis on morphology of artificial breeding of Typhia papiliavora. What is that?
I've no idea.
No. And what is Opius humilis?
It's a parasite.
Now, let's see now. An experienced entomologist arrives and pretends to be a travel agent of all things. I wonder why.
I must go.
Just a minute. You may as well know what you're up against out here. That place out in Pritsa province has a battalion of infantry around it. You haven't got a chance of getting near it.
Indeed.
And if you did get near, you'd find yourself up against a barbed wire fence loaded with electric alarm wires.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, you interest me, Miss Gray.
Conway.
Know why?
No.
Because I see a chance of getting out of this tourist paradise. I think there's a big story wrapped around you, Miss Gray.
Conway.
And a big story will get me out of the doghouse with my editor. And I might be moved to some unpicturesque or over-civilized dump like New York, London, maybe even Paris. So, from now on, I'm going to give you all the help I can, Miss Gray Conway.
I'm afraid you're wasting your time.
It's 2 now. But if your date's a local boy, he's sure to be late. It's the custom of the country.
I've got to get to the Archangel Nikolai Gate.
You want a guide?
Thank you, I don't think so.
Good afternoon, Miss Conway. I hope you are enjoying your stay in our city.
Yes, thank you.
After all, that isn't every place you can see an Opius humilis wearing a Panama hat. Shall I show you the way? Three o'clock. That's pretty good going, even for a local boy.
I'm keeping you from your work. I think I'll go back to the hotel.
I did have something planned for this afternoon. Might interest you. I was going to pick up my car and take a trip out to Pritsa.
What for?
Just a foolish whim. You want to come? Now, you're cute. Not at all what you expected.
My name's Frances Conway. I'm in the travel agency business.
Yes. Well, you'll be able to see it soon.
See what?
The bug plant they built out here. And you'll also be able to see the kind of precautions they've taken to guard it.
Wer primat?
Vezu Procasta.
Sinam Parasto?
He wants our papers. You seen if we got anybody hidden in the back?
Sufa Provna Krabers Mikrometer Grozna.
Hiya.
Dover-Pravnik.
Is that all?
Just starting. See, he's warning the next checkpoint a kilometer down the road. He's telling him the number of the car and how many passengers in it. We're not allowed to stop anywhere along the stretch. We'll tell him when we left, so if we take too long getting there, we're in trouble.
What about people walking?
No, only cars this way. There's a path back there, but this is the only good road east.
Supposing we had a breakdown.
They'd have a patrol on our necks in no time. We're coming to it. I'll slow down. You'll see it through the trees on the right. There. Look like hothouses, don't they?
That's probably what they are.
But not for growing plants, huh?
Possibly.
Again, good afternoon, Miss Conway.
Good afternoon.
You see, Miss Conway, I told you there was nothing beautiful in Paritsa province. Nothing but pine trees.
And soldiers?
Soldiers, yes. This is a military training area. That is why we have these barriers and precautions. A few months ago, some people were shot accidentally in the woods. It was terrible.
What people?
Tourists. Good afternoon.
There's a rumor going around that he had a mother. Cute, aren't they? Anything you want to know about the facts of life, ask Joe.
I must get back to the hotel.
It's getting late. How about dinner?
There's somebody I have to see.
Look. I know this is none of my business, and maybe I ought to keep my trap shut, but this guy Rosinski is really dangerous. Don't do anything he wouldn't like.
I've enjoyed myself today. Thank you very much.
This is good advice I'm giving you.
I'm sure it is.
I'll call you at the hotel later. Maybe that date of yours will stand you up again.
He's a very busy man.
The porter, madame. No, we have not seen. He's not good, that man. Anything you wish?
I ring.
Yes.
Thank you. I told you, I can't explain it. I just came in and found him lying there.
You knew this man.
I've already told you, I never set eyes on him until yesterday.
That might not be an answer to my question, madame. I am afraid it is my duty to detain you for further questionings.
Before I answer any more questions, I should like to see somebody from the British legation.
If it is thought necessary, your legation will be informed. Meanwhile, you...
Hello? Een moment. Ik Urbano Casey.
Mr. Casey, I'm under arrest. Would you please inform...
Verda! Jana.
Gavishna, Commandant?
No. That, Miss Conway, was very unwise of you.
No.
You are lying.
I'm telling you the truth.
The truth? He was a spy, wasn't he? You know that.
I know nothing.
Who met you when you arrived here?
Nobody met me.
You told me you were to be met. Were you lying? Answer.
Yes.
So you do lie. Why are you here?
I told you.
You smuggled a microscope and other apparatus into this country. Why?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was in a leather case under the seat in the train.
I don't know anything about it.
It will be easier for you if you tell the truth. All this can stop.
I don't know anything.
Then we shall go on until you remember.
I can't.
We are only just beginning. Now, the microscope which you so foolishly tried to conceal. What was it for? Answer! Karpakniava. Philip.
Lefta! Lefta!
Svara kropen. In the old days, Miss Conway, people were tortured for what they would not say willingly. Today it is different. We are more merciful and also more efficient. Under torture, men and women sometimes invent information. This drug will not allow that. It overcomes the will. With its help, we can search into the hidden parts of your mind. There is no pain, only a feeling of strangeness. Please, we do not wish force. Miss Conway, who sent you here? Who sent you here?
Who sent? Who sent? Mr. Hedgeray. Mr. Hedgeray, I absolutely insist on going to Torquay for my holiday. The hotel's all booked. Sun, sea air.
Mr. Hedgerley?
A holiday. I need a holiday. I shall go to Torquay. Good afternoon. Cargo for Sierra Leone. Don't forget 50 cubic centimeters of glucose solution every 3 hours. That's right. Every 3 hours or they eat each other. Human beings would starve, but they eat each other. Very logical if you think about it.
Who sent you here, Miss Conway?
Conway. Frank Conway.
Who?
A joke. Poor Al. I thought. Conway and Rusty are trapped on the roof of the burning power station. The roof collapses because of the burning fuel oil. Mr. Hedgerley, Conway can do anything. He isn't real, only kids think that, but he can do anything.
Miss Conway, what was the microscope for?
Microscope? If you don't want me to get shot, don't do things like that. There's a good girl.
Quick. Who sent you here? Who were your contacts? How did you recognize them?
The bus will leave the cathedral base.
Panak! Parate agora!
We'll never make it.
We mustn't fail. Everything depends on us. Bend that hoist cable, Rusty.
Might as well know what you're up against.
We've got to move quickly, Rusty.
I was going to pick up my car and take a trip out to Parisi.
We've got to move quickly, Rusty.
I'm going to give you all the help I can, Miss Gray Conway.
My name's Frances Conway.
Frank Conway, secret agent.
Frank Conway.
Secret agent.
Conway.
Secret agent.
Then it is agreed, Mr. Luke. We will take no further steps. And you will undertake to remove your national, Miss Conway, from this country by tomorrow's train.
Yes. I should like to protest, however, the way you've dealt with this matter. This young lady's obviously innocent, yet...
One moment. You say innocent.
If she were guilty, you wouldn't make this bargain with me.
Innocent what of? Of murder, perhaps. But of other things? No.
That's as may be. Nothing's admitted. But the point is, if Mr. Casey hadn't informed me of her arrest...
Yes. These mistakes happen. But now all is well. We return Miss Conway to you. There. Parana.
I'm the British Chargé d'Affaires, Miss Conway. My name's Luke. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
Hello. Commandant Brzezinski has withdrawn the charges against you on condition you leave the country tomorrow.
I see. That gives me very little time.
That's sufficient, I think.
It'll have to be.
Hmm? Oh, yes, quite so. Well, now...
I'll take Miss Conway back to the hotel.
Yes, I take it you have no objection?
None. It is too late for the train today. I will arrange for an escort to look after her.
Feeling better?
What?
I asked if you were feeling better.
Yes.
Good.
We haven't much time.
Time for what?
We've got just 23 hours to get specimens of those insects they're producing.
Look, you sure you're all right? They only just questioned you, didn't they?
Yes, of course I'm all right.
Then would you mind telling me what this is all about?
Look, after you've dropped me at the hotel, you must get hold of a magnifying glass.
Magnifying?
I'll meet you at the cafe in 20 minutes. We can have a council of war.
Council?
We mustn't fail, Rusty. Everything depends on us.
Rusty?
The cafe in 20 minutes.
Magnifying glass. Rusty.
You've been quick. Feeling better?
Much.
That's good. You've had a rough time. I was getting worried about you.
Oh, I'm all right.
Ah, that's fine.
Barbie.
What would you like?
Oh, anything.
Sweetка.
Never prayed.
By me.
Did you get the magnifying glass?
Yes, I was...
Good. Now look. Here's the control road by the incubator plant with the 2 checkpoints, right?
Right.
Now what we've got to do is get past the control, into the plant there, and get specimens of those insects, right?
Wrong. What you've got to do is get back to the hotel, take a couple of aspirins, go to bed, and stay there till tomorrow morning.
I don't blame you for backing out. It is pretty dangerous.
Will you stop talking like a dime mystery? Council of War. Everything depends on us. What is this?
I'm just giving you the facts. They've got to be faced. If you don't want to go, I'll do it alone. That's what I came for, and I'm going to see it through.
There you go again. What's the matter with you?
Nothing. I'll show you. Then as soon as we've disposed of the alarm wires, we go on in. There. What do you think? Well?
I think you're nuts.
What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? It's fantastic. Look, why don't you go to bed and get some sleep?
It's perfectly logical.
But you can't make things happen like that in real life. They just don't. It's like a soap opera on the radio.
It's the only thing we can do. Somehow we have to get those specimens.
Honey, this is not your job.
Who else is going to do it? No, the next move's ours, and we've got to move quickly, Rusty.
The name's Bill.
I know it
and
is.
Stop talking like the Lone Ranger.
I'll see this thing through alone if necessary.
All right. Now just relax for a moment and listen to me. Yesterday, a man was shot. His body was dumped in your room. Now, who do you suppose killed him? Mice? Just because the Ministry of Interior looks like it's made out of pink candy and Rosinski runs around with that funny-looking mustache, do not assume for one moment that he and his boys are a bunch of irritating jerks. They are not. They are very smart. They are very tough. And anybody who fools around with them is going to get hurt.
Listen. Risks have to be taken. We must concentrate on our plan.
Okay, let's do that. Just at what time do you propose to go busting into this buck plant?
As soon as it's dark.
That's fine. Because you'll be in the jug before you get outside the city.
What do you mean?
Sitting at the table near the door is a guy with a face like a tight shoe. That's him. He'll be right behind you until you get on the train tomorrow.
Then we'll have to deal with him first.
If you think for one moment you're going to play the old backdoor game with that baby, you're very much mistaken.
Naturally. If he loses me, he'll call Rosinski. Nope. We'll have to handle him the other way.
What other way?
He must be drugged.
Drugged?
Wait here. I'll be back in a minute.
But he'll follow you. He'll follow you.
The walk will do him good. His attention.
How?
Bump into him.
Now, look.
Just give me time to get the stuff into his glass.
That's crazy. I won't do it.
You agreed.
That's before I ever thought you'd get this stuff. Where did you get it?
At the chemist. In England, you have to have a prescription for it. Here, you just ask. If anything goes wrong, we can pretend it was a joke.
And very funny it'll be. All right, I'll bump into him just once, that's all. But if it doesn't work, finish.
Shh, I'll spill it.
Follow me. Oh, a dent. What dent? Most sabemos.
Nagra.
Well?
All right.
I'll get the check.
Why?
You'll think we're going. You'll drink it up.
Oh, I see.
Cafe Gaban, huh?
Cafe?
Cafe. Well?
He's going to drink it. No. Yes. Yes.
Did Joe say how long it would take to work?
2 ticks. He just goes to sleep.
Sugar? Well?
He did yawn.
That was 10 minutes ago. Look, honey, this is a complete washout. Let's go, huh?
All right. I don't understand it. It should have worked.
Well, that's the way things go. In mystery stories, somebody slips somebody a Mickey, boom, they're out. In real life, it's not so. Nothing's simple. Never happens the way you expect.
I've been a miserable failure.
Ah, forget it. What you need is some sleep. Come on, I'll take you back to the hotel. I'm sorry. I know how you feel, but you did your best. As a matter of fact, more. I don't mind telling you now that I did quite a bit of thinking about that crazy scheme of yours.
Did you?
It seems a pity that the one person around here who really knows about those bugs couldn't get a chance to look at them. Of course, it was a crazy scheme, but sometimes the crazy ones at work. Kind of sorry now that it can't.
He's out like a light.
2 ticks.
Now, just a minute. Now's the time to change your mind.
Why?
We're gonna look awful silly with bullets in our backs.
If we fail, it won't matter how we look.
It's a very beautiful thought, Miss Conway. Very beautiful.
We're nearly there.
I ought to have my head examined.
Another 200 yards.
Okay.
Čalak! Vojna! Da, Čalak! Alarm! Čalak! Ochrana, Čalak, ochrana!
Avadi, Čalak da. Telefonova oficina.
Pejtar! Ochrana, auto!
Say, those boys are pretty good. They'll have it out in no time.
Not that fire. Here's the place. Have you got the wire?
Yes, I've got it. Wait a minute. Job with the alarm wire. Now, very careful. It worked.
Of course it did.
Back quick.
I'll get it.
You stay here.
Good work, Rusty.
What'd you say?
this is it. Long?
I don't think so, but I shall have to have samples of feeding stuff as well. Open the lid. No, wait a minute. I'd better do it. These things are dangerous and I'm used to them. Get the bottles ready.
Come on, let's get out of here.
I must have the operating temperature and humidity.
You mean here?
No, this one's been open.
25 and a bit centigrade.
Right. 22 wet, 25 dry. Write it down.
You mean this too?
Yes.
25 centigrade, 22...
Wet, 25 dry.
Got the bottles?
Yes.
He's coming in here. Wait here, I'll find the way out.
Kuvana. Kuvana!
Podenci, Excellence. Podenci.
This isn't the way out.
I found that out. What's in here?
Nothing.
Vedete sopra di
Allarme! Allarme!
Go on! Keep going.
Der Gardis Warnik, back!
Is your arm all right?
I think so. It's just a graze, but it's bleeding. What's the matter? What's the matter?
I think it must be those injections they gave me.
Injections?
To make me tell them the truth.
Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know. I don't know what's the matter with me.
Come on, come on. We can't stop here.
Can't go any further.
We could rest here for a moment.
I must have been mad.
Well, it's worked so far. Well, if we can get out.
How?
I don't know, but we've got to keep moving.
All right.
I'll bet Rosinski's having fun.
Verda, Verda, Verda. Grand Hotel Ritz. Pick.
We're on the edge of a village.
It could be a farm.
Maybe. We better go and look.
Stava!
Sorry, honey.
Dovraban. Excuse me, please. The police were here 5 minutes ago. They will be back. You are in great danger.
Who are you?
I'm the priest. You must come with me.
Father?
Search parties are returning through the forest towards the hut. You must leave there quickly.
Yes, but what about all of these?
I will tell you. Today you must remain in the forest.
What about the search parties?
You must try to find a good hiding place. At sunset, if you are still free and the soldiers are gone, you will walk along this road towards the village. You will be met on the way by 2 men. They will have clothes and food for you and papers. Do what they tell you.
Who are these men?
Good men.
Do they know we're foreigners?
They know that you are victims of the state police and that you are not criminals. That is enough. Is your arm comfortable?
Oh, yes, thanks, Father. Well, guess I better get going. Come on, quick. They're coming back.
Oh.
What's the verdict?
Can't tell much. There'll have to be a lot of work done on them.
They have to go with us?
Oh, yes. Until that work's done, there's still danger.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, a year or so ago in this country, a man called Casson did some work on breeding Mediterranean fruit flies. He found a way of immunizing them against the insecticides normally used. Of course, it didn't occur to us then that the technique he'd worked out could be used against humanity as well as for it.
That's the trouble with techniques. Huh? So they're hard to kill, huh?
If you don't know how they've been processed, yes. And if they've been infected with disease.
I see. Funny little guys, aren't they?
They don't disgust you?
No. Why? They're just insects. Well, you gotta get moving. Hey, you ought to smile more often. Hungry?
Very. Scared, too.
Same feeling.
Do you think we've got a chance?
Chance. There seem to be a lot of things I want to say to you.
Me too.
I guess they'll keep.
They'll keep.
Dagra! If she is on the train, she will be found. If she is not on the train, she will still be found. In any case, she will be rearrested.
If she is on the train, surely she'll only be complying with your order of yesterday to leave the country.
Since yesterday, the situation has changed. She has committed fresh offenses. She will be freshly charged.
With what?
with espionage and conspiracy. And for those offenses, the penalty is not expulsion, but death.
I'd like to be present when you search the train.
That will not be necessary.
Nevertheless, I'd like to be present, just in case of an accident.
Accident?
An accident can sometimes be more convenient than a trial, and less embarrassing.
Very well. It will make no difference. Capet d'honneur.
Hey, comrade.
Yana presa.
Grazie, Olivia.
Agrupanak. 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 Agrupanak.
Fruit pickers, crossing the frontier to earn money. Bad citizens. We shall find some criminals amongst them. Gradia Swania Parat.
Na, Vanu.
Uperekir, Farapakir. Usnamagenza. Agrapelek. Emolep.
Zaska!
Primola Cre.
Hey, comrade.
Grada, prosta, grada.
Agrupanak. 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 Agrupanak.
They are pigs. That is the only discipline they understand.
Aia sinä, commandant. Esta vida vandante. Vanush. Amin shikra.
Matoni tambora.
Na, commandant. Na? Agrupanak. 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 Koga pograni, commandant.
Dagra. It does not appear that Miss Conway is on the train.
Perhaps she left by air.
If she had attempted to do so, I would have known. Therefore, she is still in the country. Therefore, I shall find her.
Your patience is inexhaustible, my dear Commandant.
And when I do find her, I shall know what to do.
I wish you joy, Commandant.
It's not as bad as it looks. But it worked, didn't it? I knew it.
Oh, Bill. What's wrong?
What about Rusty?
Who?
Rusty?
Rusty? Oh.
We're going to have to tell him.
Yes? We're going to have to tell him.
Have you read the notice, madam?
Yes, nothing to declare.
Is this all?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Just one moment, sir. Would you be good enough to show me what's in your pocket there, sir?
Pocket?
If you don't mind, sir. I take it you acquired these abroad, sir.
Yes, but you see...
Yes, but there should be a Mr. Hedgerly from the Secretariat of the Imperial General Staff to meet us. He'll vouch for our luggage.
This is livestock, and it'll have to go into quarantine, no matter who vouches.
Oh, but it can't, I assure you. They're for the Imperial General Staff.
I see. Well, if you'll just wait here a moment, I'll fetch the senior customs officer. But just wait here a moment, please.
What do we do now?
Oh, it's okay. Hedgerly will be along any minute.
I think it's very inconsiderate of him to keep us. Bill!
What?
They've started.
Started what?
They're hungry. They're eating each other.
What?
We've got to feed them.
I know. Come quick.
Jars and jars full of bugs. She says they're for the Imperial General Staff.
Who?
Yes, I know, sir. If you ask me, I think they're just a couple of... Well, they seem to have done a bunk.
Well, they can't have got far. Come on.
I don't care who they're for. All the sugar I get is what the Ministry of Food allows me. And I'm not doling it out to no insects.
But this is a matter of
It's
life
only a little
and death.
sugar,
If they're entitled to sugar, then the Ministry will issue the necessary coupons. But I'm not doling out no sugar. Hey, what do you think you're doing? That's the customer's sugar.
I told you quite plainly that those insects
All right. You
Air
don't
Force
understand.
property,
Just
and you've got
listen.
no
Insects are
right
not
to
allowed in this country.
I'm from the Secretariat of the Imperial General Staff.
And a good
Miss
thing,
Conway?
too.
Oh, Mr. Hedgerly, please see the customs men.
I've never heard such a thing.
You've no business trying to evade the customs control.
I'm not trying to evade anything, but it's imperative that I feed them.
Now, look here, I can clear this matter up quite easily.
I suppose you realize that you're liable to have proceedings taken.
You can do anything you want, but I'm going to feed those insects.
Taking here, you give that to me.
Careful, they're poisonous.
That sugar's for human consumption, and it's downright thieving. Coming in here without so much as a buy, you'll leave and taking other people's sugar. You can't do it.
One in pounds, see if I
Now,
can.
just a minute.
There's no just a minute about it. Not only can I
I have
impound, but
credentials
I don't mind
here.
what you've got there. Those insects will not leave this building.
And let me tell you, you won't get away with it. Assault and battery. And stealing. You ought to be ashamed of yourself at your age.
2 cups of tea, please, a paste sandwich and a piece of currant cake.
Frank Conway, secret agent. Conway and Rusty are trapped in the flooding mine shaft while Trask prepares to torture Professor
Bill!
Lloyd. Quick, Rusty,
Bill,
this
this
way.
is Mr. Hedgerly. Mr. Hedgerly, this is Bill Casey. Bill, would you get the jars?
The jars.
Hey, what are you doing with that? Don't you touch that to my personal property. You put that back at once. Put it back this minute.
Oh, what a story this is going to make.
Story?
Is my editor going to love me?
Oh, no. On no account must a word of this be printed.
Not be printed. You listen to me. I went through quite a lot to get this story.
You'll answer in court for this.
Miss Conway, I appeal to you. You must explain to Mr. Casey...
Explain nothing. This is my story, and I'm going to print it.
Bill!
No, you don't. No, you don't. You knew from the start that I only went into this on a clear understanding...
Bill, please.
Francis, you know as well as I do what this story means to me.
I know, but...
I won't do it. I won't do it. It's suppressing news. I'll be fired.
Don't you see? You have to.
Yes, you'll get compensation.
And I'll get some sugar, too.
Manifest if you'll look at it.
I don't care about the manifest. Of course you'll get some sugar. Now, Mr. Casey.
Don't think that I'm going to get weak about this, because I'm not.
I don't. It's just that I don't want to see you get into trouble. Don't you see, darling?
Never get you out of system.
You get compensation.
Never get manifest.
2 teas.
This is salt.
It's the taste sandwich, shrimp if you've got it.
Without so much as a by your leave or a please may I. Now, what was yours, dear?